Lewis, certainly an entertaining game and a point to end the season. Can you assess that for us?
I'll have to have a breather after that one. We had a few chances, and then next thing it was like a sucker punch, and we were 2-0 down, and then we sort of regained our composure and created a few more chances, and we was back to 2-2, and we was going in at half time, and we had all the momentum, and then sort of came back out and we conceded again. So listen, that just shows that the character of the boys, that they've come back and they've been able to get a point. But it's one of those end of season tough ones where obviously Oldham are trying to go out and sort of send a message out to their fans that they obviously are building for next season. And it was a tough game for the boys, and both teams have really gone at it. I think caution to the wind a little bit, especially for someone like me who's a defender. It was obviously defence first, but ultimately, like I said before the game, we finished 12th, which is a progress from last season. So we finished in the top half, but when you're conceding 3, it'd be very tough to win a game.
And we were stung by those 2 early goals from those quick attacks, but how would you credit the way the boys bounced back and showed character? You can either look at it for character to get back into it, or you can look at disappointment for being 2 goals behind. But listen, ultimately it's been a really tough few weeks, and the boys are still showing that right up until the 93rd, 94th minute they're flying forward and trying to score. I think everyone wanted to be the hero today, unfortunately, and if we just sort of just had a little bit more composure in the final third, I think we may have turned a few of those near moments to a few more goals, but then obviously ultimately we've got to stop those chances at the other end as well. I suppose as a positive for you compared to recent weeks, we look like scoring double figures today.
Yeah, but we also look like conceding double figures. So obviously, there's you've got to look at it from both sides of the coin. And like I said, as a defender first, ultimately that's not what I want or the boys want. But like I say, listen, it was caution to the wind, and both teams sort of went for it, and it was an entertaining game. Maybe not so as entertaining as some of the other results that have gone on today, but that's what it is on the last day of the season, when teams are just going sort of throwing everything forward and trying to win games.
Sort of a mixture of goals that we scored, but the pick of the bunch had to be the one when Addison crossed it in for Tilly. What was your viewpoint on that one?
Nadders has come away with 2 assists, and he could have had a hatful of goals, and that shows how good he was on the day. Like I say, the forward boys all look threatening today. I think all of them were very good goals for all different type of reasons. That was sort of 3 passes and we were in their final third, and Tills just finished it off, and then you got the one obviously down in the second half where I thought Ludi had scored and then it popped out, and listen, it was definitely an entertaining game. Maybe not, it was a good one for the neutral, but not so much for us. But listen, ultimately we've come away with a point, and we've given a debut to Florin, and obviously he's done really well this season. He's travelled every week, and we give him a little bit of minutes there, and hopefully it will stand him in good stead going forward.
Another player who was obviously unlucky not to score was Isaac Hutchinson. Lots of efforts today, and we know that the fans have voiced their opinion strongly that they want him back for next season. Would he be a character you want around again?
Yeah, listen, Hutch has done really well since he's come in. He's one that obviously always looks like he's not right there at the end of an attack. He looks like he's just about to finish an attack, or he's sort of got a hand in goals, or he's got a hand in chances, and he has come in and really added to the group, and he's done really well. But it's not just him. Will Ferry's done really well on loan. Amrit's done really well on loan. Even Caleb came in on the first day and was brilliant. So listen, all the loanees have come in and done brilliant, and it's that thing of we'll go away now, and whatever happens going forward in terms of who gets the job, we'll have to assess everything and sort of look at it. But Hutch would definitely be high up there on the name of a player that we'd like to keep at the club.
And as you touched on before, a deserved opportunity for Florian Castrati. As a coach who's sort of coached him all year round, how have you judged his development? How much has he come on?
Yeah, he's done really, really well. He's been tested in a few different positions in training, and he's had to, do the sort of young boy thing in that travelling every game and being sort of the 18th or 19th man, and it can become frustrating for him. But today I was able to give him a few minutes, and he finally got that grass beneath his feet, and ultimately that's what he wants. So hopefully it will stand him in good stead, send him away in the summer with a smile on his face. Now that he's finally made that debut, and then he'll come back and be fit and firing just as the rest of the lads will.
And you must have put a smile on your face to make a change like Rem to bring on and score your equalising goal.
Yeah, obviously I'd like it in different circumstances to bring it on. Obviously we got a really we had a really well. We didn't have many bodies on the bench today through a few illnesses, and we had one of the lads get a bereavement on the way up. As you saw, we held up Marshy's shirt, so all our thoughts are with him at the moment, and he's going through a tough time. But as you see, the character of the group, that they all came over once we got the equaliser to hold his shirt up, because listen, we're all in it together.
And finally, the fans again in loud voice, and a final sort of a sign of appreciation this season, I suppose.
Yeah, listen, they've been fantastic. Even at 2-0 down, you could still hear them, and they were sort of stuck with us, and they kept driving us on. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to give them a win in these 4 games, but they gave me everything in terms of support, and I can't thank them. And the players are very much the same ilk, and hopefully they've gone away with a smile on their face for an entertaining game. Maybe not the result they wanted, but ultimately we go away now, we sort of dust ourselves down, go and put the flip-flops finally on, and then obviously come back and prepare for another marathon next season.
Lewis, thank you, and thank you for everything this season.
Thank you very much.
George just spoke to Lewis and said what an entertaining day that was. It's a point to finish off the season, but how would you assess it?
Entertaining for all the fans that came to the game, but frustrating for us. Just seeing the stats on the phone. I think we had 25 shots. We had so many final third entries, and to be honest, just not good enough, or just not cutting edge enough to take our chances, passing when we shouldn't have been passing, shooting when we shouldn't have been shooting. So just frustrating for us. We wanted to sign off in better fashion than that, but we didn't lose, and we managed to finish in the top half of the table. So not all negative.
And as a captain, I guess it was a shock to go 2 goals down, but the character we showed to come back must have been impressive.
Yeah, there were 2 really poor goals we've let in. The reaction was obviously the last 10 minutes of the second half was a lot better. Great team play from Nadders, pressing the goalkeeper and obviously laying it for me on a plate. And then the second goal was an excellent goal, obviously winning it back in our own half, and quick counter attack, great ball by Nadders again, and a really good finish by Tills. We know the end of season awards are coming on Monday, but we might have to add another goal to the contenders list with that Tills strike. Yeah, it was a fantastic goal. Like I said, I think we won it back there. Tone passed it to me, I chipped it into Nico. He set Nadders down the side, and then it's in the back of the net within sort of 3 or 4 passes. So, that's the sort of intent we needed to go with the rest of our finishing, especially in the second half. It was just a bit sloppy. Let ourselves down a little bit in that respect.
We may have lacked that clinical element with the chances created, but it must have been a positive for you compared to previous game. The amount of times we got forward and looked deadly and looked like scoring. Yeah,
I think obviously we're playing against a team that's got their own issues and already been relegated and stuff. So I think for us we just got to strive to be a little bit better than that. No disrespect to them, but we knew we could get chances today. But at the end of the day, we got to take them. So we're a little bit disappointed.
And obviously, as a captain, that's 2 seasons in a row, and it's 2 seasons with the same point tally in the same league position. How do you sort of assess this one?
There's positives and negatives. It's another good points tally, top half of the league again. So it's not all negative, but within ourselves in that dressing room, we demand a little bit more. We feel like we have got enough good players to sort of challenge for them playoffs. But we've had a lot of injuries, a lot of unluck. But I suppose a lot of teams will be claiming that as well. So you end up where you deserve. And positives, there's been some good results and in different performances, but it could be worse. So I think we've done okay in the circumstances.
I spoke to Lewis about Isaac Hutchinson. He had lots of opportunities today. He was getting involved with every attack. As a captain, is he a player you'd like to see back next season?
Yeah, I mean we've got a few players that we've had in on loan. Himself, Will Ferry. Some other young lads that have come in and signed, and that you need that youthful edge. He'll probably feel like he should have done a little bit better with some of his chances today, but that's football, and he's got a lot of energy, a lot of legs, and yeah, I mean if we get people like him and Will back as well, and some other more experienced players to add to that as well, hopefully we'll be challenging where we want to be challenging. We've had 2 seasons of sort of you can look at that and that's 2 stepping stone seasons, and next season we've got to kick on and try and improve.
But certainly 2 seasons with lots of highs as well. We've had some amazing away form this season, especially that's 8 away wins. It's much better than the season before. We had the cup run the season before that. There's been positives, hasn't there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not all negative. It's not doom and gloom or anything like that. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but certainly we want something to be a little bit more proud of. We want that promotion at the end of the day. New owners coming in, they've got the same drive and the same ambition. So, let's bring on next season.
Finally, it was good to go over to the fans to applaud them for their support this season. They've been incredible again.
Yeah, the away fans amazing as always, like the home fans as well. But you know, to travel up and down the country, some far journeys and stuff like that, they've been amazing. You know, even a couple of results that haven't gone our way, and they've seen that we've given everything. They're down the front clapping us every away game. So we can't thank them enough, and we're glad, like you said, that we was able to give them 8 wins on the road and some good little moments.
George, thank you for everything this season.
Cheers.
Thank you.